Hello and welcome. It's that time again. It's time for the March Podcast, coming to you from Gamerdadslive. I'm your host, Womble MK3, and I'd like to introduce you to our second host tonight, and that host is Trustbreaker. Welcome.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So, how you been, Trustbreaker?
I'm alright, pretty good. How are you?
Good as always. Happy to be here. So, let's get straight into the fun. And what have you been playing recently?
I'm not rich and fancy schmancy like y'all with your Mass Effects and your whatnot. So, been playing the Gears of War lately.
Nice,
Gears of War 3, I should say.
Yeah, I've been sort of getting into that myself. I got that with my birthday money, and it's not too bad, I must admit.
Yes.
I've played Mass Effect 3. I completed it in about 4 days after it came out. So yeah, I was dumping quite a bit of time into that. But really enjoyable game. I don't know what all this furor is about the ending. I quite enjoyed it myself. Been playing a bit of FIFA 12 with the online club, or trying to anyway. A little bit Gears here and there, a bit of Forza 4, Halo Reach of course. Can you forget that? Yeah, just a bit of everything recently for me. Of course, Football Manager when I'm mooching about on the PC. So yeah, that's all I've been doing recently.
Nice.
Yeah, I get about, so to say. Okay, straight into our member questions then. Our first one comes from Carl or Laughing Jedi, and that is: Microsoft have patented a gaming helmet even. Do you want more immersive gaming through the Kinect and helmets, etc., or would you like to stay with a pad and a TV screen?
I'm old school. I like the controller and the TV. I feel like I can get into the game more, because with the Kinect and me doesn't really cooperate all the time. So if I were to put a gaming helmet on, I don't think it would quite work out too well for me.
Yeah, I'm quite the same as well. I like the Kinect, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy a lot of the games on it. I'm looking forward to what they're going to be doing with it. As for a helmet, that just lead to people walking into walls, tables, whatever. I don't think it would be pretty. I don't really see how they could really work that with a lot of things. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to see. But I am very much for the controller and just sitting in front of the TV and lazing out. And yeah, I'm very much the same there.
Yep, you can lay down, veg out.
Yeah, precisely. Can't do that with a big helmet in your head.
Yeah.
Right, our second one from Carl then is: what do you think about second-hand games? The largest game store in the UK went into administration earlier on this week, as well as rumours about EA and a bunch of other big publishers wanting to go purely to buying online. What do you prefer?
From like online or like stores like GameStop and stuff?
Yeah, either. We'll go the first bit. What's your thoughts on used games?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of torn, because I do get some of my games secondhand, used games, for a price alone. But there's kind of a satisfaction in knowing that you have that one that no one else has played, like unwrapping it yourself and brand new and it's yours. And
yeah, nothing beats that new game smell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. I'll buy the odd used game, but it's just nothing that I go out of the way to look at. As much as stores like Game and GameStop will try and push the used copies onto you. I do always try and buy new, especially with things like all the online passes, the buy new DLC, that sort of thing. Certainly an incentive for buying new.
Yeah, that's very true, because like you said, a lot of the pre-used games, you get it and the code's already redeemed, and they got to spend extra money on something you should get free. So
yeah. What about buying online? Would you be willing to go completely digital?
No.
No.
I want that physical copy in my hand.
Well, I think it's coming. It's definitely going to be something that we're going to be doing in the future. But it can go two ways. They either keep games as they are and sell older games for 20 quid or $20, that sort of thing. Or if they could learn lessons have already been out there with Steam. You can buy loads of games from Steam for about £7, under £5, that sort of thing. If they went down that route, it could only be a win for us gamers.
Mhm. Yeah. Still like that used copy, but if it goes that way, we might have to be forced to change it. But for now, I'll stick to going to Walmart or wherever to get my copy, so I can have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, our next question comes from our very own Spam King, the X-Man. First one is, how soon will you change when a new Xbox comes out, with rumours of a new one being slated for a 2013 release?
I'll probably wait a year before getting a new one, if and when the new one comes out in 2013. Maybe fall of 2014 or something, I don't know. Wait for the price to go down, because I'm sure not within that time a lot of the games are going to be coming out anyways. So I'll stick with my Xbox until that time rolls around.
Yeah, I think I'm very much the same. Unless they release a Halo on it, then it'll become a must-buy for me.
Yeah, Halo exclusive Xbox.
Yeah, that'd just be cruel. Okay, that's right. And his next question is, do you still want your game to come with a manual? Yes or no, and why?
Yes, I want it to come with a manual because sometimes I do read it, and you don't know how to play these new games that come out, and it just basically a rundown of what does what, at least the controls, so a reference to. And, of course, the codes or the season pass or the online stuff is usually on the manual as well nowadays. So keep those manuals coming, and sometimes they even come with nifty cool stuff like the Skyrim map. So that's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. I love the manuals. I have to get the bus in and out to get my new game, so it's something to read on the bus home. I enjoy manuals that have, like a little bit of history of the game, or things like that. Something I can sort of immerse myself in without actually playing the game beforehand. So I like those sort of things, and sometimes knowing the buttons help rather than jumping online and then finding out you don't have a clue what you're doing. And
exactly.
Okay, right. Our next question comes from Paul, or Tall Paul, and it's, why do you think people like Robert Bowling are stepping down from their positions?
That's a tough one. I'm sure he had his reasons. Maybe to start a new company, but in the long run, it doesn't really affect me because, hey, I'm not him and he's not me. So if he wants to step down, it's by all means his choice. As long as it doesn't affect my gameplay, go for it, buddy.
Yeah, very much. To be perfectly honest, I didn't have a clue who Robert Bowling was before he stepped down from his position. So it really does nothing for me. If he wants to step down, I've not read anything of his reasons for stepping down. But yeah, best luck to him wherever he does.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, and the last of our member questions comes from our very own Darth Foamy, and that is, how important is it that a game has different endings like Mass Effect 3? And if you like different endings, how many are you willing to play, and how much time are you willing to put into each playthrough of the game?
Good question. I'm probably going to get crucified for this, but I want one ending, and one ending only. The true ending. I don't want to have to go back and play through it like 5 different times to get the actual true ending of the game. Just give me the one, finish the story, and I'm happy.
Yeah, well said. I'm very much along the same lines. I'm all for a bit of choice, but, have an ending and stick to it. I went for one of, I think there was 16 different endings in Mass Effect 3, depending on all the different variables throughout the game. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm only going to play through it once. Might get some of the DLC and play through the DLC, but other than that, it's not going to push me. I'm not going to be desperate to find out what happens in any of the other endings, because let's be honest, that's what YouTube's for.
Exactly. I can see a DLC being a continuation of the story, maybe, but give me one ending. Don't make me play through it 900 times just for a different ending. Just one. If a game's good enough, it might get a second playthrough, but I'm certainly not going to play through it for every single ending. So. Exactly. Well said.
So, on to a new section of the Gamerdads Podcast. We're going to list all the big game releases for the month of April. We've got a list here. Our first one is Connect Star Wars. That comes out on the 3rd of April. Then, we're definitely looking forward to the Galactic Dance-Off section. That looks to be great fun.
Can't dance, but I'll play it.
On the same date, we have the Devil May Cry HD collection. Not a game I've ever got into, but a lot of people really like those games. So, on the 4th of April, we have I Am Alive. I do believe that's an arcade game that's coming out, part of the arcade summer. On the 5th of April, we have Top Gun: The Hard Lock. As long as the Top Gun theme or a bit of Kenny Loggins, I'm getting that game.
Is there Goose in there? Oh, wait, Goose died.
I don't know. Yeah, he died.
Maybe he could be Iceman.
On the 17th of April, we have The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings. And the big release for me that month is the 18th of April, and that's Trials Evolution. Conveniently happens to be payday as well. So, yeah. Trials Evolution shall be purchased and played.
I think everybody's looking forward to that. I've only played a demo of the first one, but I think I might actually buy this one.
I've had the first one since it came out, pretty much. Really, really enjoyed it. Such a good game. Although I have to prune my friends list every so often to make sure I stay at the top of the leaderboards.
Plus, you can make your own boards now.
Yeah, the track editor looks a lot better than a lot easier to use as well than in Trials HD. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Next up in our new releases, on the 24th of April, we have Prototype 2. And last to be released in April is on April 27th, we have Risen 2, Dark Waters.
Interesting.
So, not too bad month for gaming in April.
Nope.
And that moves us nicely into the last section of our podcast for this month. Any shout-outs? Anything you'd like to say to finish us off this month, Trustbreaker?
Shout-outs. March has been an excellent week. Or actually good month. I don't know what I'm saying. Just want to let everybody know that you need to come join the podcast. We need to get more people in here. Be a great experience, especially some new people. We know you got Connect. Don't be shy. You ain't got nothing to do on a Saturday. So come on in.
Yep, definitely agree. It's always a good time doing the podcast, and if you have an opinion about anything at all, always more than welcome to join us.
Yep. Do it. Or we'll come find you and kill you in your sleep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as for shout-outs for me, once again, we're in final week of the Modern Warfare 3 tournament, and the final will be between Procrastinate Until Tomorrow and the Lucky Sevens. That should be a cracking match, definitely. It should be a cracking match between the two teams. You know, they've both played really, really consistently over the entire tournament. So yeah, looking forward to seeing some highlights from those games.
Yep. Even though they cheat.
And I'll say nothing about that. Yeah, so that's very much it. As always, look out for Gamerdadslive for any forthcoming events. And oh yes, before I forget as well, I have made a team for the Extra Life 2012 event. It's a charity event. I will be gaming for 24 hours solid on Saturday, October the 20th. You're more than welcome to join. I'll have a full agenda of all the games I'm playing throughout the day. So you're more than welcome to come either join me for the entire event, or just pop in for a couple of hours and have a wee game. You know, more than welcome. It should be a really good day.
Pretty cool thing going on there.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a lot of fun.
Stock up on your Red Bull and your Doritos.
Oh, yes. So, yep, that's it for the March podcast. As always, thank you very much for watching us. And until we see you again, it's good night from Womble.
Peace out.
And good night to Trustbreaker as well, right?
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. Peace.